Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do this dynamic tarot reading for the co-stars, the main couple of Lovely Runner. So yes, this is going to be brief, but yeah, I know that there's people in the comment section that they wanted they were requesting for this. I already read for them individually, so yes, this is going to be dedicated for them. I placed her on the left and him on the right. So yeah, let's see the cards that they got. We start from her side. We start with the Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. And from his side, we have the Six of Pentacles. Um, I'm sorry, the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, and then the Four of Cups. And then the relationship as an overall, we have the cards of the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the World card. So yeah, a lot of Pentacles. I felt like I was repeating myself, but no, actually, like there's a lot of Pentacles here. So probably it has to do that they are very much like focused on results. Like probably um, they it seems very professional, but at the same time, I think that it has to do with effort and with being consistent. Um, I think that them getting to know each other, working together, there's a lot of effort put in here. This is why we have so many pentacles. Um, I don't have many cards of emotions, but I think that it has to do with them probably having to be very consistent in this project, not being able to relax, always being told that they had to do better. They also convincing themselves that they had to be better and better and better every day. So there's a bit of fixation on results. I actually like, I don't see them like, I see them like talking mostly about work, or even when they are together, they are thinking about their performances. You know, they're thinking like, okay, did I do this right? Is this okay? Um, should I do more? Should I practice more? Should I do this all over? You know, it seems like it's very obsessive, but it has to do with this very strong desire to get the product out. That I believe that the product is the series, it's the K-drama. So I think that even though the chemistry is very felt, is very strong, there's also in the back of their minds, there's a worry, there's a sense of I can do better. And it's actually very sad because I can feel the pressure that they put themselves in. Like, I think that also there's this feeling of like, okay, if something goes wrong, it's my fault. So I think that there's not much like relaxing. There's not relaxing moments in here. Like, it's just um it's all very calculated. I see it more from her side. Like, if we see the cards of her side, definitely I think that how she feels about him, she feels like definitely what they had achieved with so many effort is a success. We start with the Six of Wands. So she's like, we made it. I actually was able to finish this, to do this, to complete this, and be successful thanks to him. I see that she's very proud, but I think that there's something about her that she's like, my fight is not over. I think that she couldn't, like, there's something about her not being able to enjoy um, the success. I wouldn't say the success. It's more like a feeling like a victory. You know, when you finally reach the destination, when you finally get to the finish line and you're like, okay, we are done. We finish it. Everything was great. You done great. I done great. But I think that she, with the Nine of Wands, there's this feeling of like, even though it's over, I cannot seem to relax. And I think like I still have to prove myself. So I think that from her side, this also translates to the kind of dynamic that they have. Probably from her side, there's a lot of I feel like her energy feels very oppressed. She's very tired, but she's very strong at the same time. You know, with all these ones, I think that she's a very strong girl. Um, and she's very strong with him as well. But I think that for her it's like, you know, I cannot relax. I have to keep standing strong here. They cannot break me. So I wonder if she got a lot of criticisms, because if I compare both sides, I can sort of see that his experience is very different. And I believe that this has to do with the experience on the set of filming or while they were working together. There's something about him. Yeah, he definitely is also a workaholic. He definitely is like on someone that you know, he works on the details. You know, he has a great memory. He's very consistent. But I think that for him, the experience was a bit much more, I would say, relaxed. Like, I don't know why I felt like he was able to be left alone to do his part. You know, it's like, okay, they ask of him certain perfection, but it's like they let him be. They let him alone. From her side, I think that she felt a bit much more like cornered. You know, like probably, I don't know if maybe there were some compliments, but they were like backhanded compliments, you know, like there was some kind of irony, or maybe there was some, you know, some comments that just weren't that you know, that positive. So because with the of pentacles, I feel like she has um a strong feeling of failure. I think that first of all she fears failure, and she feels like she's not enough. She probably has very low self esteem, even though she tries her best to hide it, because she's not going to let people see it. And in her connection with him, or about how she feels about him, I think that she's like showing that she's very optimistic, that she's a fighter, that she has, you know, I see her very passionate, you know, very outgoing, like just being very, um, you know, her energy feels very up when she's with him. You know, it's like, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go with this. I don't know why it gives me Sagittarius vibes, but it's like, even though I'm tired and I don't feel my best, I will keep showing this sort of cheerleader kind of attitude that I'm going to lift up the moods. But behind all that, there's the Five of Pentacles. So I think that maybe if we think about their dynamic, I see this balance. I think that from her side, if there's a friendship, if there's a connection, there's something about her feeling like she's less than him, or that she's not good enough for him, or that she is in a better, she's in a different reality than him. She's probably experiencing her life from a different angle than he is. You know, probably her experiences in life in general. I think that it has to do with work because of all the pentacles in here. But I think that she's not, even though she's so magnetic and she's such a good friend. Like, I see her like she lifts up other people's moods. You know, she's always doing her best and giving 110%, you know, whenever someone asks her. But in the inside of her, there's this feeling of like, I'm not good enough, or like, She feels like, in comparison to him, maybe things were a bit more difficult for her, or are going to be a bit more difficult in the future. There's something about her energy just being like, I should be celebrating, like everyone is celebrating, but I feel excluded. I feel like people leave me out in the cold. I feel like I'm different. Like I don't know if maybe people, and maybe he has more fans than her. I don't know. But there's something about like, oh, they prefer him, and actually they don't consider me. Something like that. Something like her feeling like she's left out. And this is hurtful. But she sort of accepts it. She accepts it because for her just to be able to do this project is like winning already. She definitely sees herself as victorious, but nevertheless, I think that there's something about her just letting me know that okay, the struggles doesn't end here. I have to keep putting the effort. Otherwise, I will not have a job. Something like this, and I know that people probably are asking for the nature of the relationship. How do they feel about each other? Well, in this case, I say all this because I think that she's telling me, like, I have no particular feelings toward him because I'm actually worried. I'm worried about myself. So, and she's seeing what she lacks or what she doesn't have. So she's not in the mood for being like, oh, I find him kind of cute, or like, oh yeah, we flirt every time. I think that she's a bit worried about more professional things, work related things, opportunities. She feels a bit much more on that side. But definitely she's very proud of everything that they had built together. She feels very proud of having him next to her. But she's still a bit uncertain about the future. So maybe this is why I see it like this from her side. From his side, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So yeah, from his part, I see his energy just, being a bit much more stable. I would say that his energy feels a bit much more like he's he's definitely a perfectionist, or there's something about like I think that the way he would show that he cares for her is to do his job correctly. It does give me Virgo Venus vibes. Someone that actually is like, how do I show you that I care? I actually show it like being a great like coworker, or being a great like partner in that sense. It's like, I'm on your side. Whatever you need, I will do it. Like, what can we do to be better together? So I think that the dynamic is more like, okay, let's do this better because we cannot fail. We have to be better. So from his side, I also feel him very much focused on like, okay, how is this going to look? How am I going to do this? Very fixated on technical matters. And also maybe thinking from the dynamic, the dynamic that they have, him thinking about little details like, okay, like how do I do this? How do I do this better? How do I make us look better? How do I make this seem better? So I see him very fixated on the task instead of looking at her. If you see the cards of Pentacles, it's like he's not looking at her directly. She's looking at his job. He's looking at his role, but he's doing this as an act of service because he definitely wants them to succeed. Um, but yeah, the Four of Cups also lets me know that probably, he's a bit disconnected emotionally. Probably this project also was very draining emotionally for him. So he's like, even though, we have the greatest chemistry, I don't know how to feel. Like I feel like together we had done so well, and I like what we had built together, but I'm also a bit exhausted. It had been so long. So I have no feelings left. Like actually I don't feel anything. because of all the hard work, because of all the hard work that they put together. He's like a bit numb inside, he's like, okay, I done great, you done great. Um, but I think that from his side, he feels very responsible for her. It's like, I have to do better for us. So this is the way he shows that he cares. He definitely is a gentleman. Uh, but yeah, it feels very like there was a lot of expectations on them. I don't know. Or at least maybe he felt also like he had to be perfect, like there were expectations on himself as well. So see, I don't see their energies um just being intimate. It's like you look at me and I look at you. It's like more like each side is doing their best to survive. I feel like they were in a survival mode, honestly, emotionally. I feel like both of them were on the edge. It's like, do we make it or not? Um, then the cards that came out for the relationship or the future of the relationship, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the World card. So yeah, I think that at the end the result is very um is a bit much more hopeful and probably a bit much more successful. But honestly, I think that both of them are still working on um getting a better role in the future. Again, this sounds like all work related connection. I think that they also want to be more independent. It's like maybe they are thinking about their individual choices in the future. I think that they are already working on something new, or one of them is working or is reviewing a new project. So with the World card, there's something about them also moving on from this role or this series. So even though there's a lot of there's a connection, like I think that there's a partnership, I would say. I don't know why I want to say trauma bonding because this felt like it took forever. So with the World card, I think that the World card is like a blessing. It's like a card that is like, okay, guys, you done great, you're done your job, you are going to be able to move on finally. Go, you are going to be set free finally. So I think that for them, they are more focused on their future projects or future opportunities, or okay, how do I show up to this new role or to this new activity? And if I'm invited somewhere, a show, like I want to look my best. Like, so they are also like looking for their individual activities, and they want to move on. Honestly, they want to move on to better opportunities, which they will. I just think that maybe one of them is going to get better opportunities than the other, because I see one person. So, but there's definitely there's no hard feelings. Like this is, like the World card here is like, everything is energy and we're always moving and advancing. And definitely they are very much concentrated on like, okay, what now? Like, this was great, we had fun together. Like, I wouldn't say have fun, honestly. I think that they were very fixated on getting it done, that I don't see enjoyment. But I think that the goal that they had in common was they wanted to finish this. They didn't want to give up. They didn't want to give up on the project. They didn't want to give up. So probably they will need a time to, which I don't think that they will take a time, because now that it's over, they need to focus on something else, on something new. And it's like the clock is ticking for them. Um, I think that they are very much worried about their careers, honestly. And they have to take the opportunity now. They have to make decisions now. So yeah, sorry guys, that is not that like emotional, but yeah, this is the nature of the bond or the dynamic that I see today. But yeah, this is just a tarot reading. If you don't agree, of course, you can watch somewhere else. This is what I see with my cards. I don't know these people, but yeah, if you're a fan of them and maybe you want to give me a feedback, or you, I don't know, you know something about them, I appreciate the comment, or I appreciate the feedback, because I'm also learning about them, and I loved their work on Lovely Runner. So yeah, guys, this is all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.